Yo, what's up guys, Jokers here, and today we're going to be doing our week 2 battle versus Bruno. It's Bruno CTK, all those stuff, probably just Bruno, but he does have a YouTube channel, so before we get started here, go check him out. He definitely has a great YouTube channel where he makes a lot of Pokemon related content, a lot of Draft League stuff, so check him out there. He's a great battler, he's got a great team, and this is going to be our week 2 battle for the Kraken Cup. So Chicago Bewears are currently 1-0, +5 differential. Before this match, and we're looking kind of bright. Bruno's a really tough opponent, but it's going to be a fun time. I think we have brought a pretty decent team this week. Looking at his matchup, he has Aggron, Orbeetle, Zygarde, Grimmsnarl, Hitmonlee, and Silvally. He also, on the bench, has Gothitelle, Archeops, what else does he have? Salazzle, Kangaskhan, Boltund, and I'm forgetting one. Oh, Suicune. Got them all. Boom. So that's his team, and he decided to bench a lot of interesting mons, like Gothitelle I thought was a decent bring. Suicune was a good bring, but I think the team he brought is definitely very scary, and one I think is probably the better teams he could have brought. I was not expecting Orbeetle, because it has kind of weird matchup this game, but I think it definitely works. Hitmonlee is another mon that I didn't really expect, but I think it definitely has good potential. And then Silvally was kind of up in the air. Like, I think he could have brought it. I was expecting Silvally ground going into this match. An SD set would definitely be very annoying for me to deal with, so we have to look out for that. And then obviously Grimmsnarl, Aggron, and Mega Aggron and then Zygarde are all kind of just brings I think he has to bring. And then we have my team. So my team, we're going to start with Deoxys. Deoxys is Shed Shell. It's more just a defensive set with enough speed to outspeed Gothitelle. With Ice Beam, Seismic Toss, Recover, and Taunt, because Taunt is really good versus his team, especially versus stuff like Grimmsnarl and Orbeetle. And things like if he's like defensive Silvally or like Aggron, Coil Zygarde is good versus... and then we have Dragapult, which is just 4 attacks, offensive with Expert Belt, Draco, Shadow Ball, Fire Blast, and Thunderbolt. Empoleon's a defensive set with a lot of special attack. I have a 176 special attack, Modest Nature, with a little bit of speed. If he has no speed, Grimmsnarl, we outspeed that. And then we're Tapu Koko, Calm Mind set with Roost, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Roost, and Calm Mind. So that's pretty cool. With Shuckleberry, so we can live things like 1,000 Arrows, depending on his spread. And potentially like Earthquake from like Aggron, a multi-attack, or even an Earthquake from Hitmonlee. But I expect Poison Jab just because I think it hits better the team, but you know, maybe he's going to run Earthquake for more damage. And then we have Celebi, which is actually a Nasty Plot set with Giga Drain, Nasty Plot, Earth Power, and Baton Pass. So it's a Nasty Pass, Baton Pass set. If I can get this thing with Dragapult, and his team is weakened, like Grimmsnarl is weakened down, Dragapult's going to go in. It's definitely going to have a field day versus his team. Like, I really don't see any mon that can switch into it. Maybe a Silvally if he's defensive, but like Orbeetle dies to Fire Blast. Grimmsnarl would have to set up Light Screen. So if Grimmsnarl's down, Dragapult's looking like an absolute menace versus his team. So I'm looking forward to that. And then there's Umbreon, which is max defense with Heal Bell, Wish, Protect, and Foul Play. Great versus team. I was actually running Torkoal first, but I think that Umbreon is better. So we're going to start the match. I'm going to lead off with Empoleon. Shuckleberry lead is pretty nice, and he's actually going to lead Aggron. So very nice lead on our part. He can set up rocks, but I'm just going to go straight up for the Scald because it gets damage off. If he for some reason wants to switch, he'll switch out. But if he gets up rocks, I get off a clean amount of damage. I was expecting around 30%, and if we get the burn, that's great. So we're going to go for Scald here, as we do not get the burn, but we just do 36%, so that is great because it puts him in range of another 2. So I can just go for another Scald here pretty freely. If I could have defogged, but Scalding would have put him in range of another Scald, and that would have put him in a bad spot. So we're going to Scald. He's going to go Orbeetle. I'm not really fearing too much from this thing, so I'm just going to go for a defog here because I really don't have anything else to do here. So he can, like, Sticky Webs here. If he Sticky Webs, I get rid of that, and if he wants to go set up screens, we can defog that away. But he's actually going to U-turn, so kind of interesting play there. I guess he was expecting me to switch, predicting something else. But we're going to defog here, get rid of those Stealth Rocks. Pretty nice there, and we can just go for the same thing as before. So we're going to Scald again, and now he's forced into Orbeetle. Unfortunately, we don't get the burn here again, which is whatever, but it's fine. He knows they have Shuckleberry. But he actually is going to reveal Body Press. Now, I honestly, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know Orbeetle got Body Press. I didn't really look too far into it. Probably should have thought, but even then, I was like, wow, that actually does a lot. So it's going to pretty much put me in range of 2 Body Presses, which is kind of interesting that that's a thing. But I'm going to Scald here, put him in range of another Scald. So I'm going to switch out here because I really don't want to stay in here. So I'm going to go out into, I believe, I want to say Deoxys? Or no, I think I go into Dragapult. I do go into Dragapult because if he Body Presses, that's the thing. If he U-turns, that's fine. And if he Sticky Webs, like, that doesn't really matter. The only thing that would be bad is if he went for, like, Toxic, maybe. But I have Heal Bell on Umbreon, and I don't really need Dragapult. It's super healthy, other than maybe, like, living, I don't know, a hit from a Scarfmon or something like Scarf Hitmonlee. But, I mean, I'm not really living that. So, he's going to go for Light Screen, actually, which is interesting because he's Light Screen Orbeetle with U-Turn and Body Press. So, he could be Reflect as his last move. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking he's either Reflect or Recover. But I was thinking probably more Recover just because I don't really have that many physical breakers on the team. Or at least I didn't bring any. I didn't bring any physical breakers. It was mostly just special offense. So I think that's better for his team. So Light Screen. So I was thinking Recover. I'm going to Fire Blast. I'm actually going to get a crit, which kind of sucks. But I don't really need that much damage on Grimmsnarl. Like most things can just deal a lot of damage anyway. So getting Chip is nice though. But the crit sucks. So we're going to go Umbreon as he does go for Bulk Up. I went Umbreon because I live 2 Play Roughs. Or Spirit Breaks is what I was expecting. And kind of just stalling out Light Screen turns, getting some wishes off. Kind of nice there. It's going to do very little with Play Rough, but I'm just going to Wish, Protect. He knows my set, but I also get to see that he is Play Rough, not Spirit Break. Spirit Break would have done much less, and that also reveals that he is both a very bulky, very Spadef Grimmsnarl, and he doesn't have that much attack investment. So, good to know. So, we're going to get back to full with Umbreon, as I'm going to switch out into my Empoleon. I could have saved it, honestly, but I think this is probably my best play because Celebi was still at full health at this point. So I'm going to sack off Empoleon. I do have a little speed, so if he's like max and doesn't have any speed investment, or if he even has just a little bit, we can potentially speed tie. But unfortunately, he's going to have at least enough speed to outspeed Empoleon. I have 8 speed, so if he has more than that. We're going to go into Tapu Koko now because I do kill with Dazzling Gleam. Here, even if unless he's Roselli Berry, but I have a chance to live a Play Rough. I was thinking I don't know what I was thinking, but I was thinking that Roselli Berry was just, I didn't think he would have it. So I think this is my best option. I really don't have that many good revenge killers for Grimmsnarl. Like it's not looking good. So I'm just gonna go Tapu Koko. It's my best way to just hit this thing. Grimmsnarl is a huge threat to my team, so getting that thing weakened is always very nice. As he actually goes to a Volley Ground, and that reveals he is defensive, very bulky there. So I'm just going to go straight into Umbreon. Pretty much my switch every single time because if he is defensive, if he sets up, Foul Play is going to be doing a ton if he's SD. But this probably reveals that he's bulky, and he does go for a Parting Shot. So he's going to go take this opportunity to go Aggron, set up his rocks. As I go Celebi, he's actually going to go for Toxic. I was thinking he was going to try to get up rocks, but I guess Toxic was his highest priority at this point. Toxing anything on my team is kind of nice. But I do have the Heal Bell, so that's kind of nice. So anyway, we're going to Nasty Plot up, get that sweet +2 boost. I kind of have to jump the gun here. Earth Power, depending on his spread, might kill, but it's not. It's a roll, probably no matter what. Depending on his investment. So we're going to get 59% off. Pretty good damage. Aggron super weak means that Tapu Koko is pretty much in the clear. And that's going to be that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to Baton Pass out. I honestly probably could have just stayed in, honestly. But, I mean, he really doesn't have any revenge killers. Like, what is he going into? Zygarde with extreme speed? Maybe his Orbeetle? But I really should have probably just stayed in and killed this thing. Because now I'm going to take a big hit from anything. But we have +2 on Deoxys defense, which is cool for Ice Beam. But, I mean, I'm taking 37% from this Heavy Slam, which isn't ideal. But, you know, that's that. I also kind of wish I didn't run Shed Shell. It was originally lefties, but oh well. He's going to go into Grimmsnarl. I do die to a Darkest Lariat, so I'm going to switch out here. Or it's a chance to kill. even if he's like no investment. System can go for light screen, so he's double light screen, which I thought was interesting. I thought he might be not rest, but like maybe I was thinking maybe he's like resto chesto, which could have been interesting. But I'm gonna actually call mind up here because I know player off is gonna be doing very little with his investment, so I'm gonna get 47%. I'm gonna roost that off. He didn't keep play roughing, and I could have predicted him to not play rough here because it's kind of obvious I'm gonna roost, and I could have gone for deagling, but I think it was just in my best interest to roost here. Unless he crits, I'm pretty much in a good spot here. So I'm going to Dazzling Gleam. It's going to 2-hit KO, even with, I guess, he's Citrus Berry, so that's cool. But player's going to do a lot, but it doesn't kill, and we're going to get able to 2-hit KO with Dazzling Gleam. So he can, and light screen's going to wear off, so I can Dazzling Gleam here, take that off. And what's good is that he's not Sucker Punch. I was actually thinking he was Sucker Punch, other than Rest, but yeah, so we're going to take out the Grimmsnarl. And we are actually in a good spot with Coco because we actually have enough HP to live Rocks. So we can get in after Rocks, which is super nice. And Coco can still be a good threat for his team. But just considering he hasn't brought in his Hitmonlee, I'm thinking that he's likely to be not Scarf, but rather Electric Seed. So I think he's probably that. But he's probably going to set up with Zygarde, and Umbreon is literally my switch every time, like unless he's like a Coil set. We're kind of in the clear there because, I mean, even Foul Play is still going to be doing a lot, but he's actually Dragon Dance, which is interesting because I think Coil probably was a better set. But alas, 1,000 Arrows is going to be critting, and it does 53. That's crazy. We do Wish Up, though, so it gives me the opportunity to just Foul Play here. So I'm going to Wish, pretty nice, and I'm pretty much back at full, and he is at a 50% Zygarde. So that's nice. I'm able to just keep wishing, and he really can't do much about it. So I'm going to Foul Play here again. Yeah. So Zygarde's low. Everything is pretty low, and he's in a pretty good spot. So the only thing left he has is Silvally and Hitmonlee, and I mean, Umbreon Hardwall is Zygarde at this point. Like, I know that for a fact. I'm going to Protect. I could have Foul Played there, but I expected him. I don't know what I was expecting. I was probably just trying to stall out. I was seeing if he was going to go for U-turn there. But I think Body Press was I wouldn't say it's a choke, but I think Recover was probably his better play just because he would have died to another Foul Play. He knows it does 27, so I don't know why he Body Press there. I guess he was trying to put me in range of Hitmonlee. But I still live with Deoxys, so I guess actually not after Rocks, so maybe that was his play. So yeah, I Protect. He goes for Body Press. He's going to Recover here, and I'm going to Foul Play again. Actually, no, I Wish. Into Umbreon here, or I'm gonna Wish Pass into my Dio. That's what I was doing. So I'm gonna Wish Pass into Dio because Deoxys is kind of low here, and I know he can't take me out with anything, not even a crit. So even if he goes for like Light Screen here, that's fine. But he's actually gonna U-turn, and I'm gonna get a ton of HP back, even though he's gonna go into Zygarde here. So Zygarde's coming out, and unfortunately, no lefties means that I'm not getting recovery every turn. But he's going to Crunch, and that's going to... I'm going to Ice Beam, which would have normally taken him out. But unfortunately, no. He's Yachi, so we do, unfortunately, not take out the Zygarde. And while I could have recovered, stalled this thing to Oblivion, he's going to get the Defense Drop, which kind of sucks because now that his Hitmonlee can come in after, even though I can take him out now and live the hit, his Hitmonlee can come in. So I'm forced to go Umbreon here. Crunch is a thing, but... You know, even with, he'd have to get a defense drop, which he does not get, which is nice. Not a lot of hacks this game. Like, there's a crit and a defense drop, but honestly, it's kind of been even on both sides, so nothing crazy. And I'm going to go for Wish here. Make sure that I'm not living Make sure that I'm living a hit from Hitmonlee. If he is High Jump Kick, I believe I die. But I'm going to Protect here. Actually, I'm going to go Dio, because I'm expecting him to go for... close combat, but he actually goes for knockoff, which is fine by me because I live either way. And now I'm in a fantastic position. Just showing you my position here, right? He has a Hitmonlee who is at 100, but literally does nothing to my Deoxys now that he's knocked off. Like, now that I'm knocked off, it's doing like 30 with knockoff. Zygarde gets 1v1, so volley can really not do that much because it's defensive, so it's not like SD. And even if it is, I could have taunted it. So pretty much I'm free to just Seismic Toss here. Orbeetle can literally do nothing but U-turn. It could light screen, but I have Seismic Toss, so it doesn't matter. I guess he has yeah, because then I can taunt it, and then I can just deal with it from there. So I can Seismic Toss here. I get clean 25% off on Silvally, which is really nice. Honestly, 2 plays I should have done here. And this is going to be I'm gonna say it's a choke. Deoxys was easily my win con this game. Like, even though Tapu Koko can win me the ending game, he's likely Electric Seed Hitmonlee, so that's really not going to be an option. And I really, really, really should have either switched Celebi or taunted here. Thinking hindsight, I probably taunt would have probably been better because I know, based on some of the damage, that he is likely to be especially defensive. And I was really thinking he was gonna, like, I don't know why I did that. I was kind of just getting ahead of myself, like getting a little cocky. But number one, Celebi, while yes, it does take the fighting move, so does Dragapult. Like, I don't know why I was saving Celebi. Like, it really does nothing. Maybe it, like, I was trying to Heal Bell or like Wish Pass into it or something, but like I'm never gonna have the opportunity to do that. So I'm gonna be honest, I really should have gone Celebi here no matter what. Taunt would have also been a viable play, but I'm an Ice Beam. It's gonna do literally nothing, and I'm just gonna get my Deoxys Toxic for absolutely no reason. So Deoxys is gonna end up being toxic, and I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, I should just switch into Umbreon now because that's the better play, but he's going to get the jump and get Parting Shot, so I really kind of messed up there. Yes, I can take Hitmonlee's attack. I still don't know if he has High Jump Kick. I also don't know if he's Electric Seed yet, but he's definitely at Max Attack Adamant, so he could be a boosting item. I don't really want to risk that at this point, so I'm going to go into my Dio defense, expecting close combat, but again, I really should have just gone Celebi. Like, I don't know why I went into my Deoxys. Like, Deoxys won the game, and I'm going to sack Celebi after. So, it was, again, this is just a whole series of misplays. So, I'm pretty much sacking my Deoxys here. Like, I can maybe get it back with Heal Bell. So, yeah, it's stupid. I could have lived 2 knockoffs from that. That's actually a max roll with knockoff, by the way. Not that it really matters, but I'm pretty much forced to go Dragapult here. I sack off Celebi. I'm forced to go Dragapult. I'm going to Draco first because I don't know why. I should have just Shadow Balled, but it does take out Silvally, so whatever. And that's going to lead back in his Hitmonlee. So I could have Shadow Balled and, I don't know, just taken out 2 birds with 1 stone and saved a sack. But, you know, hindsight 2020, could have gotten a free switch because now I have to switch out because now he's not going to be in range. But pretty much my game plan at this point was weaken his Hitmonlee enough to the point where Umbreon can kill with Foul Play. And he literally just needs a Shadow Ball, and I realized Shadow Ball literally does that job. So I'm going to go into my Dragapult, get off a Shadow Ball. He's going to go into his Zygarde. Everything just dies at this point. Orbeetle dies to Shadow Ball. Zygarde dies to Shadow Ball, and Hitmonlee, if he wants to be in there, will not appreciate a Shadow Ball. It will put him in range. So I'm going to go Shadow Ball here. It does a clean 40%. He's going to knock off, obviously take me out, but that's going to be enough to the point where I can go into Umbreon and take him out with Foul Play if he goes for the CC. If he goes for knockoff, I'm actually Protect here because that's the T. It actually has a chance, I think, to not knock him out. That's why, but I don't want to risk the miss, so I'm going to Foul Play here, and it's just going to take him out. So he's going to CC, I take the hit, and we take him out with that. So that was, again, another max roll, which I think was interesting. Doesn't really matter that much. Actually, kind of matters for differential, because I don't think Orbeetle was doing that much with it, but we'll see. I'm going to Protect here. But pretty much we win at this point because now Orbeetle is the only one left. I can Roost up, and we pretty much just win the game from there because I can Calm Mind up and just take him out with 2 Thunderbolts. So that is going to be the game. We win 1-0. It was kind of sloppy, but I think Bruno played very well. I think that I really could have had the game. I think I had the beginning of the game, and I put myself in a great position, and I kind of choked it away. It's kind of how I usually play, but I would have liked to play a lot more safe. I was just taking a lot of times with turns, so I was kind of trying to speed up to not take too long. But overall, that's going to be the game. Not my best game on my part, but I think I was able to clean it up in the end relatively well. Obviously, if he'd switched out with his Hitmonlee, I think, what was the turn? Let me go back. Is it going to let me go back? No. Okay, well, it's not letting me go back, but the turn where he was in Hitmonlee... Oh, okay, now it's lagging out. Yeah, so if he had stayed in with Hitmonlee, or switched out to Hitmonlee, I would have foul played. His Orbeetle would have been at 50%, and it would have been kind of just turn of 50-50. So not that he had the game in the bag. I think he could have won a lot easier that way. I think that was his best case of winning. But also at the same time, it was like a lot of mind games because I could have easily predicted a recover, switch into Coco, and then roost it up. And I had Shucka on my Coco. So at that point, if he actually had Earthquake on his Hitmonlee, so unless he set up a light screen, I'm killing with Dazzling Gleam, so I can roost up all that jazz. So it would have just taken a lot of other methods, but that's going to be all with that. And that's going to be the game. Unfortunately, I forgot to put a nickname on Umbreon, but Cohen, Tariq Cohen, sealing the game up for us. You know, he had to do what he had to do. Trubisky put in the work. Akeem Hicks was misutilized, and not Matt Maggie, but Chuck Pagano, our leader, leading the team off. So anyway, that's going to be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, check out Bruno's channel. He'll definitely have his side of the match. I think it will be interesting to watch his. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you later. Bye.